Having power, speed, and solid timing is all well and good, but when push comes to shove, fighting is a thinking man's game. And for this video, we're going to take a look at some of the very best high IQ moments in combat sports. A fake knee to a rapid head kick? Yeah, not every fighter has the speed and dexterity to pull off a KO like this. But the Thai icon Lertsila is not your usual fighter. Blessed with some of the greatest reflexes in all of combat sports, this guy had his opponent exactly where he wanted him. And as soon as his feint got a massive reaction, this fight was all but over. A truly unique piece of technical brilliance from Lertsila. One of the first fighters we always think of when it comes to fight IQ is the great Vasily Lomachenko. This dude has a footwork and head movement game that makes other fighters look stuck in the mud. And when he took on Jorge Linares, when Loma eventually found his rhythm, his ability to just confuse fighters with the sheer speed of his movement is truly wild. He doesn't just break them physically, he frustrates them mentally. Anyone who wants a lesson on diverse striking needs to go on an Andy Hoog binge. Known for his electric kicking style, this legendary fighter used everything from spinning leg kicks to huge axe kicks to overload his opponent's defensive sensors. And this entry here is a total assault. He mixes wild kicks with constant shots to the legs, forcing his opponent to shell up and eventually drop to the mat due to the onslaught. Few heavyweights in history mix it up quite like the great Mike Tyson. And in there with the iconic British boxer, he dug deep into his bag of tricks to slowly open up the KO shot. The way Tyson rips the body, doubles up on hooks on the same side, and goes up high with uppercuts made him a terrible matchup for Bruno. And toward the end of the 5th round, Iron Mike went to work, eventually finding the TKO with a barrage that showcased his versatility to its fullest. They didn't call Alistair Overeem the Demolition Man for nothing. And for as much as he was a truly powerful heavyweight kickboxer, his ability to set traps and spring them on some of the best in the world was truly exceptional. This K1 knockout showcases just how willing he was to go to the body with knees, knowing full well that it would open up the head for the concussive, fight-ending blow. A real technician in there, one who doesn't get enough credit for his veteran savvy. We all love Mike Tyson for his knockouts, but his ability to use his defensive mastery to offset his opponents was truly one of his biggest strengths. And in there with Mark Young, Tyson's bobbing and weaving style left his adversary off balance on more than one occasion, swinging and missing wildly. Eventually, Iron Mike knew exactly where Young would be, and at the end of an exchange, he caught him cleanly with a glancing right hook that he did not see coming. This next one is an incredibly crafty piece of head kicking. Knowing that his opponent's attention was fully fixated on the body shot battle happening down low, this karateka decided to swing a wide head kick over the back of his shoulders, knowing that the shot would come down with massive impact on the back of his head. And that's exactly what happened. An insanely difficult kick to defend against. You want to talk about a true 1 in a million KO? Look no further than this wild piece of dynamism from Benny Urquidez, who attacked first with a nasty spinning kick to the body before going full pro wrestling on his opponent, throwing him through the air for the slam KO. We're guessing there were a few broken ribs on impact here. Urquidez was truly one of a kind. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And for Juan Manuel Marquez, 3 separate attempts at defeating the great Manny Pacquiao must have left him wondering if he was even capable of getting the job done. Well, as it turns out, yes he was. He just needed the perfect punch. Using Pac-Man's momentum against him, Marquez nailed him with an overhand that shut his lights out immediately. It took 4 fights to get there, but man, that must have felt sweet. More Overeem combination work here, as the MMA legend continues to showcase his striking skills in the world of K1, utilizing every weapon in his arsenal to make his opponent seem limited by comparison. Every shot Overeem threw here was perfect. The leg kicks to offset balance, the body kick to get him thinking about his midsection, And of course, the blistering overhand that ended his opponent's night for good. The Reem was an absolute beast in his prime, that's for sure. If there's one thing you should know about Andy Hoog, it's that he knows exactly how to time a kill shot. And in this case, the break-in action between him and his opponent served as the perfect moment for him to offset his rhythm and lob one of his incredibly long legs into the air for a huge KO shot. It's the ones you don't see coming that hurt the most, and in this case, it's pretty clear that this head kick caught his adversary napping. Look, this next piece of Muay Thai excellence is pretty straightforward. This dude very clearly has one hell of a spinning wheel kick in his arsenal, and after lulling his opponent's defenses to sleep, he sprung the attack with a perfectly executed maneuver, spinning in one lightning-fast movement, KOing his target stiff in the process. You'd be hard-pressed to ever find a better spin kick setup and follow-through. One of the signature moves of the great Tenshin Nasukawa is of course his famed cartwheel kick. You might think that this is a flashy kick that is thrown with minimal thought or setup involved, but the way Tenshin uses it, it's more of a counter shot than anything else. He waits on his opponent to make the first move, before then vaulting into this risky maneuver. And while sure it doesn't always land clean, on this occasion, it really did. This is some genius-level elbow work. More often than not, if you mismanage the range on a punch, you're going to be left extremely vulnerable to the counter. But for this guy, a lazily thrown hook actually served as the perfect way to bait his opponent in for the spinning elbow. It's a low-percentage move, sure, but when you can land one like this, it's always going to have devastating consequences. We couldn't just leave you with one single Lertzila finish now, could we? This one was more of the same, strong combo work that had his opponent totally confused about where the next shot would come from. Couple that up with his insane reflexes and head movement, and it was clear that Lertzila was setting up something big. The way he cut through his opponent's rhythm with that final head kick on the break, yeah, there was no way this dude was ever going to have a chance in there with such a genius-level fighter. Speed, aggression, intelligence. These things make Vasily Lomachenko one of the most adept technicians in the sport of boxing today. And whenever he comes up against lesser opposition, his mastery really does shine through. And this clip showcases just how much of a shark Vasily can be when he smells blood. And after hammering the body to great effect, it doesn't take long for the finish to come. More genius work from Tenshin comes in next, as he uses a huge fake knee to set up a two-punch ripping series of shots to the body. When Nasukawa finds his rhythm, he's truly a terrifying specimen in the ring, a destructive fighter with a penchant for the clean, technical finish. And the combination of power, precision, and speed that he's able to generate makes his highlight full of moments like this one. A special talent within the sport of kickboxing for sure. Some Canelo Alvarez bodywork comes in next as the legendary Mexican took on the hard-nosed Rocky Fielding. After finding a knockdown, Canelo knew that he had his man thinking too much about the power coming back at him. And as soon as he found his moment, Alvarez unloaded a two-shot flurry with the left hand, first upstairs, before the real impact blow went straight to the midsection. The word clinic is used a lot in relation to fighting, but the way this dude unloaded a wide variety of knees in the clinch, yeah, this was a real clinic. Everything from the placement of each shot, the surgical precision, to the way he faked the trip to open up a devastating shot to the midsection, yeah, this is some 10 out of 10 knee work here, and a definite worthy inclusion to our list. We're guessing the dude was hurting in a major way the following day. As far as Muay Thai KOs go, you're not going to find one prettier than this. After nailing his opponent in the midsection with a knee, the follow-up elbow lands cleanly as his opponent's hands drop. With the sequence already having used two of Muay Thai's greatest weapons, the follow-up front kick to the face caps it all off perfectly. The most ridiculous three-strike combo you'll ever see. Another pretty crazy axe kick finish comes in, courtesy of this karateka, as he lulls his opponent into his rhythm before uncorking the perfect KO shot. The axe kick isn't a strike used by the majority of the world's finest kickboxers, but the ones who do really make a signature weapon of it. The angle it lands from makes it an incredibly difficult weapon to stop, and for this unfortunate victim, yeah, he had no chance in hell. There might not be a scarier fighter in Muay Thai today than the great Rodtang. Blessed with an inhuman ability to sniff out a finish, this next clip showcases just how dangerous it can be to go blow for blow with this Thai legend. After knocking down his opponent with a deft shot, his rival makes the mistake of trading hooks with his far superior opponent, losing the battle of speed and power with devastating consequences. And what better way to end than with a legendary moment from the heavyweight GOAT, Muhammad Ali. People like to point to his second fight with Sonny Liston as one of his most controversial and potentially rigged moments in boxing history. But in reality, Muhammad Ali's insane timing and skill as a counterpuncher allowed him to use Liston's forward momentum against him with immediate effect. He timed that punch so well, he barely needed to load up. A magical KO for the greatest.